So I've started to notice this thing that the Democrats are just absolutely loving to roll out. And it really kind of slammed itself home with me today as I was driving home from work. And I was listening to Mike Bloomberg talk about, what I'm going to do when I'm president. And, he's wrapping up his speech and he starts talking about how the first thing we need to do is not let Donald Trump get elected again. Because it's going to be difficult enough to reverse 4 years of his incompetent policies. It's mind-boggling to think of having to reverse 8. Right? Like, that already is kind of insulting to the half of the country that voted for Donald Trump. Right? You're talking about wanting to reverse his incompetent policies. Well, we've got, let me get Donald Trump coin. Where's Donald Trump coin? There's Donald Trump coin. Donald Trump coin, for those of you who remember. Well, we had the first major tax reform in 30 years, unemployment rate lowest in 18 years, jobless claims lowest since 1973, and Dow Jones highest in history. And this was like months and months and months and months and months ago I got this. This shit's gotten better since then. So what exactly is it that you want to reverse? You want to reverse the unemployment rate lowest in 18 years? You want to reverse that? Jobless claims lowest since 1973. You want to reverse that? Dow Jones highest in history. You want to reverse that? What exactly all is it that you want to reverse? What incompetent, what out of all that list is so incompetent that we should all fucking really be rah-rah Bloomberg that you want to reverse that shit? But it occurred to me, he doesn't want to reverse Donald Trump's incompetent policies because the policies so far, for the most part, have been great. He wants to reverse all of the hatred that Donald Trump inspires in every American to just hate each other. Because Donald Trump is here just tearing us apart. And then he talks about how, we need to all come together as a people. Like, he goes from, I really want to try and reverse the last 4 years of everything that's happened because of Donald Trump. Which is a smack in the face to every American that voted for him. It's a smack in the face to every American that thinks that things are going good. It's a smack in the face to every American that has actually seen benefit in their life from what's happening. It's a smack in the face to everyone who's trying to work on trade deals with anybody. Why in the fuck would China want to actually come up with a trade deal with us? Why in the fuck does Mexico and Canada actually give a shit about making a trade deal with us? Why would any country care about making any deal with the United States of America for this entire presidency? Why would any of them care? When you have been talking for years, you as in all of you fucking crazy ass motherfuckers, all you pricks on the left have been talking the entirety of the time that he's been elected so far about we gotta reverse everything he's doing. If I was China, I'd be like, look, dude, I'm not making a deal with you at all. Like, we'll just suffer for 4 to 8 years, and then we'll just go back to raping your country, because the next dude that comes along, we're going to play him like a fucking fiddle. Just like we've done for decades with your country. So, okay, we'll just fuck you twice as hard going forward, because now we have to make up lost ground. Like, seriously, if you were dealing with a bank teller or any other person in business and their boss walks by them as you're dealing with them and goes, we're going to have to let you go, sorry about that, and then walks away, after you handle this customer, we're going to let you go. You really think all of a sudden they're going to really give a shit about serving you? Like, dealing with you? Like, so, yeah. No. All of this horse shit, this whole impeachment thing, everything that's going on with that, yeah, it's, this is all in the attempt to unite us. Of course, this is all what's pissing people off. Like, Donald Trump reacts to shit. People fuck with him, and then he fucks with them right back. Is it right? Honestly, I don't see anything that wrong with it. Is it wrong just because he's president? Should we just have a pussy for president? Like, that's... Really? No, I want a president that's going to defend himself, that's going to defend this country, that's going to go out openly and say, no, I'm not going to let you guys fuck us. That's going to call out world leaders to their face and say, no, but what percentage is that? And at 1.4. See, 1.4, not 2%. He's delinquent. But we'll work on a payment plan for him. I want a president like that. You want to know why? Because we've had presidents like Obama who go to other countries and go, oh, you want to fuck me in the ass? Okay, well, no lube? Yeah, I'll deal. And they just fucking get fucked. They just get fucked in the ass. Constantly. Just fucked in the ass. The fucking shit with Obama with the goddamn hot mic while he's talking to Putin. And he leans over to him and goes, oh, we're going to have to wait till after the election before you can go and fucking invade another country. Like, that kind of shit didn't really make anybody think to themselves, oh my god, like that wasn't a fucking problem. You imagine if Donald Trump was caught on a hot mic saying, no, I'll pull my people out of them there so you can kill all those people after the election. You gotta wait till after the election before you can. They would be hanging him the next day. Like, I shit you fucking not. The way that people are nowadays, Donald Trump, if he were to do that shit, would be dragged out into the fucking street and hung in the town square. He would be hung from George Washington Monument so that everybody could see him in the reflecting pool and piss on him. Or whatever the fuck. Like, and yet, it's the Democrats who are going, we need to bring everybody together. My goal with this election is to try and bring everybody together. It's just we've got a whole lot of racist, terrible people that voted for Donald Trump, and we need to help them understand how awful they are, so that way we can all join together as one people. Like, really? Because I gotta tell you, your pitch for bringing us together just made me hate you. What do you say to that? When your pitch for we should all join together and become a good society that all loves each other, when what came before that makes me fucking despise you as a person, how is that shit gonna work? How do you seriously sit there and go, we've got to undo the mistake that the American people made 3 years ago. We have to undo that mistake. We should all get together. There's a whole lot of people going, I didn't make a mistake. Like, I seriously sit and look at these people sometimes, the things they say, and go, I don't understand how this makes sense in your mind. I don't understand how you think this is a plausible con. Because I don't know who seriously falls for it. But I know I'm going to get 2 or 3 comments where I'm going to go, oh, you're the ones that fall for it. Right? Like, and then I go to the effort to make a half-an-hour video rebutting the comment for all to see to take part in the discussion. And what do I get? What do I get? What do I get? I get a lot of fucking tough talk. And then I get somebody who gets 10 minutes into the video and goes, I'm not going to listen to the rest of this. Dude said, I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just trying to give you a different perspective to think about. What do you think of that? And I tell him, and he goes, you know what? I couldn't even make it all the way through. I stopped giving a fuck about your opinion because your opinion is just so wrong because we the people own everything. No. You're wrong. Like, your entire premise is incorrect. On the face of it, like, factually, you're wrong. This isn't an opinion thing. You can tell me all you want. My opinion is bad and wrong. But when you're throwing out shit like we the people actually own all of the everything, and I should get a cut of every little thing because I'm here, that's factually incorrect. Like, that's just objectively wrong. You might think that's your opinion, but you're trying to state fact and you're wrong. Like, your opinion is wrong factually. The premise for your opinion is factually incorrect. I don't own a little piece of private companies unless I own stock in them. We have a system for that already. But he didn't even make it that fucking far. I didn't even get to explain how the stock system works with him. Because he couldn't make it that far. How are we supposed to come together as a people? I've been doing this for years. I've been doing this as long as Donald Trump has been president. And for as long as Donald Trump has been president, I have had some people who are reasonable and willing to talk, but do not change their minds. Fair enough. They don't have good arguments. They just kind of admit, I just can't. Just personally, I just can't. And I go, all right, well, you're fucked up in the head in that way. Like, if you can't get past yourself to look objectively at factual reality, you're a fucking crazy person, and you shouldn't be making decisions for anyone else. Which wizard's rule is it? Like 7, I think? Or no, it's like 8. The only reason, or the only sovereign with which one can allow to rule oneself is reason. Or something like that. I'm going to have to go over the wizard's rules again, I think. Rule number 1, people are stupid. They'll believe anything because they either want it to be true or fear it to be true. That's the first wizard's rule. That's when I started thinking, oh, this is a book series for me. Right? The second wizard's rule is, the most grievous harm can come from the best of intentions. The Democrats really, really, really want to bring us all together as a people by insulting half of the people. And firing up the other half to attack the other half. Like, because remember, it's not, I don't see a whole lot of people in MAGA hats kicking the shit out of motherfuckers. I just haven't seen a lot of those videos. I saw a really fucking goofy motherfucker try and roundhouse kick some lady because she, was upset with him for taking a marker and drawing on people. Taking a magic marker and drawing on people's clothing, it ruins the clothing. I can imagine she would be upset. And he decided to go and ruin people's clothing, just vandalism. And she decided to confront him, and so he kicked her in the head. Over an abortion disagreement. He's all in favor of killing babies, and she's all in favor of not killing babies. So she had to be kicked in the head. That was the left doing that. That was a leftist person doing that. Leftist people I see beating the fuck out of people with MAGA hats. Just because they're wearing MAGA hats. Taking people's MAGA hats. Remember when that was a big problem? Everybody was just snatching MAGA hats off motherfuckers' heads and just going, I'm just going to steal this from you? Like, that's theft. But I guess that's fine because that's fine. Well, I see a lot of leftist people dressing up in black and red and going out and breaking windows and setting cars on fire. And then I see a whole lot of right-wing people lashing back. And a whole lot of everybody on both sides said, we don't support that. And then they've gone back into hiding now. Don't see that shit anymore. But you know what I still see? Motherfuckers in black and red burning shit. I still see people getting attacked for supporting the wrong person. And I see it all from the left. I hear about it a lot from the left, that there's a whole lot of right-wing people that are attacking people, but then we find out that Jussie Smollett's fucking lying. I hear a lot of that shit. I hear a lot of lies. So, like, I don't want to hear about how half of the world is incompetent and voted for the wrong guy, and with the next breath, how we should all come together. Because in between those two statements, I whispered under my breath, go fuck yourself. Right? So, you've already lost me, man. We need to have somebody willing to come out and go, look, the people on my left, the people who are going to want to support me, or who I want to get the support of, they've all lost their fucking minds. They've turned violent and insane. And somebody needs to call them out and say, you need to stop. Antifa, you need to stop. All you people who are attacking people with MAGA hats, you need to stop. You're all bad people. Stop. I know. You think you've got right on your side because you're insane, but you need to stop. Please vote for me to be president. Like, that's what we need. I want to bring people together, and in order to do that, we need to first say that the people on my side doing the violence, you need to stop. Because I can't control the people on the other side. I can't tell them they need to stop. That's up to their representatives, who they support, to go to them and say, you need to stop. Right now, I'm trying to support you. I'm trying to be your representative, and you're being fucking assholes, and you're embarrassing us. So you need to stop. Each side needs to get their fucking fighters under control. Because we're not gonna listen to the other side. You get that yet? The people on the left are never gonna be able to tell the people on the right to stop being assholes. And the people on the right are never gonna be able to tell the people on the left to stop hurting people. Because we're never gonna listen to that. But if the people on the left start saying, look, stop hurting people, and the people on the right go, hey, stop egging them on, then we might actually get somewhere. But the Democrats are going about it the opposite way. You're all awful and you need to stop. We need to come together. You need to stop being bad people so we can all come together. That shit don't work. But that's the shit that the people that they want to represent, that's what they're like. That's how they think. When in Rome, you need to be retarded. It's how you're going to get the support of the retarded people. You need to re at the same fucking tone that they do. And that's why Joe Biden is still doing so goddamn good. I mean, honestly, look at the polls. Look at the polls and look at Bernie Sanders and all these fucking people. And look at their polling and go, that's who supports them. That's how much of the population supports them. Because nobody on the right supports any of these people. Right? You get that, right? Like, nobody on the right is going to be voting for fucking Joe Biden in the next election. Because they've all decided years ago they're voting for Trump again. Right? And all of the people on the left are now showing you exactly who the crazy people are and who the crazy people aren't. And the ones who are really out there with the really crazy shit, the percentage of people they have supporting them, that's the percentage of people that support them. And the only reason why Joe Biden's doing so good is because he's not that fucking crazy. Joe Biden has rounded up all of the people that are like, I don't want insanity, but I don't want Donald Trump. So I just have to take Joe Biden, hope he picks a really good vice presidential candidate that isn't crazy or Donald Trump. Because you never know, it's Joe Biden. He might be like, I've chosen for my running mate Donald Trump. And people will go, what? And it'll be like, yup, Donald Trump, that's my running mate. Because he might not fucking know what's going on. Who knows? Depends on if he has a really lucid day or not. So, yeah, as long as Joe Biden doesn't pick somebody who's fucking crazy, or somebody who's Donald Trump, we'll vote for Joe Biden, because hopefully he'll die in a year or two, and then we won't have to deal with fucking Joe Biden really fucking us. Like, that's the gamble that everybody who supports Joe Biden is playing for. They're all going, he's not you guys. And that's, you know. But, no, man. Ain't gonna fucking happen. Yeah. But I'm terrified. I'm terrified of what happens when Donald Trump wins again. What happens in fucking 2020 when he wins again? What happens? Like, seriously, what happens? Something tells me the rhetoric's gonna get up a little bit more intense. Something tells me that they're gonna start impeaching him for wanting to be king because he won a second term. And they're going to be like, well, he won 2 terms now. I mean, he's never going to stop. It's like, what? Well, that's what we think. And then they'll call up a bunch of witnesses, and Adam Schiff will do a fucking secret hearing about, you think that Donald Trump's trying to be king? And they'll be like, oh, it seems, certainly, I mean, he won two elections in a row. It certainly seems to me like he's trying to be king. And they're going to go, oh, this is terrible. We won't have a king here. We need to impeach Donald Trump because he's trying to be king. He won 2 elections, and no, he's trying to be king. Like, that's going to be the next fucking thing. And it's like, but no, he can win 2 elections. He's allowed to win. When he wins the 3rd one, that's when I'll start going, oh, it looks like he's trying to be king. He can win 2. Like, he's allowed to. He's allowed to try. But so far, it's been decreed he didn't win any. But nevertheless, he's the president. If Donald Trump actually wins the popular vote next time, this is actually a really good question. I don't really want to know this. If Donald Trump wins the popular vote next time, and actually the bulk of American citizens vote for Donald Trump, will you guys relent with this Donald Trump isn't the president thing? Will you actually finally accept the results of the election? Because something tells me fucking no. The answer is going to be fucking no, because this is all an impeachment thing. No, we tried to impeach him. And you know, and the Republicans refused to let us. You know, we didn't have grounds, but we really wanted to impeach him, and the Republicans said no. And then the people voted for Donald Trump again. Like, and I've never in my life seen a group of people work so hard to lose an election while simultaneously trying to kick out the man who won the election because he's trying to rig the election in his favor again. Nobody has tried to rig the election in Donald Trump's favor harder than Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Swalwell, Schiff, Pelosi. All of you have tried so hard to be so fucking hateable. You're the ones that are winning the election for him. Like, continuously, nobody is influenced by the shit that Donald Trump does. Everybody says Donald Trump tried to convince Ukraine to look into Joe Biden and any illegal activities that he may have done when he was vice president. And for that, we need to impeach him. And they're going, Joe Biden might have done illegal shit in Ukraine while he was vice president? I want to know about that. No, that's a conspiracy theory. Well, it's one I've just heard. Do we have facts on that? Yeah, we say it's a conspiracy theory. That's our facts. Got Nancy Pelosi talking today. We have the facts on our side. And I'm going, what facts? You paraded 12 people in front of us that all said, I thought this was happening. That isn't a fact. The fact is, a whole lot of people thought some shit. That doesn't make it like a substantial fact. Like, that doesn't make it a reality. That just means a whole lot of people thought some shit. Just because a whole lot of people think things doesn't make it real. I think it would be cool if there was magic in this world. I don't think I'm alone on that. And I think if the power of thought was that fucking strong, that would have done something just now, but it didn't. So, a whole lot of people thinking something doesn't make it a fact. You have no facts. I haven't seen a fact yet. I've heard a whole lot of heart-wrenching stories and seen a whole lot of people go, well, I thought, that, that's what I thought, man. That's not good enough for me. That's not good enough for me to slap somebody on the fucking wrist real hard. You're going to tell me that's not divisive? When you've got one group of people saying, here, look at actually what happened. Here's a transcript. This is fact. I'm giving you 5 pages of facts. And then you got Nancy Pelosi saying, that's all lies. We've got the facts. We think things. That's fact. What are you going to believe? That piece of paper with a transcribed conversation on it? Or me and my thoughts about it? We're doomed. If people really want to bring people together, best not insult them right before you say that. Like, that's, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of people can throw that shit at me, especially recently when you insulted the guy. I wasn't trying to bring him together. I was trying to hit him with some tough love. I love all of you, every one of you, no matter who you are. Even those of you who you know you are my favorite. That I every time I see something from you, I just laugh and laugh and laugh. Even you guys. I love all of you. It's tough love. Like, sometimes I gotta look at you and go, you realize how retarded you are, right? You're talking to me about stocks, and clearly you don't understand how the stock system works. Like, so... I don't want you to embarrass yourself in real life. I don't want somebody to have to look at you in reality and go, you realize that you're about the stupidest person I've ever laid eyes on right now. Like, all right, with what you just said to me, I have to wonder whether or not you're actually retarded. Like, there's a lot of people that I kind of look at these days and go, you need to tell me if you're actually retarded. Because if you're actually retarded, I can't treat you the way I kind of want to treat you right now. Because, you know, it's going to take more time with you. I have to be more patient with you because you're different in that special way. It takes longer to explain things to you. If you actually have a deficiency in your brain, a learning process deficiency, I need to know these things before I go off and yell at motherfuckers. So, you know, before you leave your comments, you might want to say, hey, I am a little bit retarded. So, have some understanding. And then when I make my response video, I won't yell and scream and call you names. I'll be like, look, and then I'll really lay it out for you. If you don't get past that, you're a fucking idiot. But, you know, like... But seriously, I really, it's taking a lot of effort in me to not actually legitimately ask people, are you kind of slow? Because if you are, I cannot treat you the way I would a normal thinking person. I have to be more patient with you because you're slow. I need to start knowing these things, people. Let me in.